What's up guys, I'm randomfrankp. Today we're going to be checking out these Nanoleaf Aurora light panels, and these are all the craze right now. As a host of Room Tour Project, I've been seeing these in more and more submissions, and amongst the tech community, these are growing in popularity like no one's business. You're starting to see a lot more YouTubers have them. But what's the big deal? Are they worth that $200 price point? What's their main purpose really? So in this video, we're going to take a look at them. I'll talk about its features and my overall opinion on these Nanoleaf Aurora panels. First off, in the box, you get 9 individual triangular panels. I picked them up from my local Best Buy, like I said, for a $200 price tag, which is kind of ridiculous in my opinion. Inside the box, everything is packaged nicely so nothing gets damaged. And in this kit, we have the 9 panels, the little connecting nano chips, I like to call them. This is what's going to connect each panel to each other. You get a ton of 3M sticky tape to attach these to the wall or whatever surface you're using them on, plus the power brick. At first glance, these panels are very thin and lightweight, and that was probably the main focus here, considering you have to actually mount these. Then on each side of the triangular panels, there's a little cutout for where the chip is gonna go. Like I mentioned, these little chips are how you connect all the panels to each other, and that's what's going to really connect them all. Then from here, you really have the creativity to design whatever pattern you want. Since only one side has to be connected to the next panel, you definitely have some freedom here to kind of make whatever pattern you please. Since we have 9 panels, we are kind of limited to the design choices, but there are certain extension kits out there where you can buy more panels. Then once you connect the little power panel to one of the sides, it's going to light everything up. On that main panel, there is a power button plus an effect and color changing button if you don't want to use the app, but I highly recommend it. As you can see now, I have them mounted above my monitors and above my setup overall, and it really adds a cool new look to my setup, I think. And at nighttime, it still lights up my entire room and even part of the living room right outside. Now I'm going to show you a quick run through of the app, and I'm going to kill all my lights so you can see just how bright these really are. It's very vivid and saturated, so you're not getting dull lights or dully colored lights. These are the real deal. Now when you go inside the app, you have a lot of room and freedom to change up the colors, each individual panel. Going through, you have things like color burst, flames, which is going to give you a lot of, reddish and oranges colors. The forest is going to show off a lot of green hues. Inner peace is going to be more cool tones. Nemo is orange and white. Northern Lights is again more of like an RGB rainbow wave. Romantic is a lot of pinks and purples, and Snowfall is really cool. It's what I was showing off with the bluish and white panels flashing. Also in the scenes, you can see there's an arrive home and good morning, good night, and leave home. You could set these to toggle, like when you leave the house, lights will shut off. Say you want these, you have these in your bedroom, and once 7 a.m. hits, they will turn on and shine very bright in your room. The next tab for rooms is gonna show off really whatever rooms you have these connected in. So you can have multiple panels set up, but the main Aurora tab is where you're gonna have all the freedom to really change up and mess with your color effects. You can go through and select each panel individually and change the color from one of the palettes, or go in and make your own custom color. They also have certain recommended palettes for you to pick from if you like a certain color scheme. Then on the bottom is the transitions, where it shows none, where it's just gonna be flashing the one static color. Random is gonna pulse your panels in all different colors. You have flow, wheel, highlight, fade, and burst. Those are all just different really shining and pulsing effects for your lights. Then on the bottom for the options, you can go through and change the direction, whether it's like in a wheel pattern again, up and down, left or right. Gives you a lot of choices. And one thing I really like is it shows your pattern that you've created in real time. So whatever design you make, it'll appear there on the app. And if you disconnect one and connect it to a different area, that will then also appear right there on the live feed. The app is just really user-friendly and intuitive to give you the tools to really create whatever color or effect you want. But now I'm going to talk about my overall experience. We're going to talk about really all the things that I want to kind of vent about with these lights. Like I mentioned, these are the new craze. You're seeing them with a lot of tech YouTubers out there. However, when I bought these, I honestly bought them to do this, to make a review for you guys, to talk about the craze, to dismiss them, and then probably return them. But they're definitely growing on me, and I'm not proud to say that. $200 is just crazy. I don't like the fact that I even spent $200 for these. But now that I have them set up, now that I see what they're fully capable of and just how cool they look, I kind of want to keep them. And it's funny because the only main purpose they really serve is to aesthetically add some more color and pop to my setup. And honestly, when I'm in this room editing or something, I don't care what the room looks like. This is only gonna really appeal to, I guess, you guys out there, the viewers, so I can have this in the background of certain videos, and it's gonna add some extra color and pop to my background. So yes, they're extremely bright, they're very saturated in color, they look nice, they're thin, that's all great, but there were some cons that I wanna talk about. First and foremost, I already mentioned it, 200 bucks is ridiculous. The second con, which happened infrequently, but it kind of annoyed me, when I was setting up and filming some of these shots, when I had the app up and running, if I would close out of the app or, turn my phone screen off, sometimes the lighting effects would just pause. Didn't happen too much, but it happened enough where it was very annoying while I was filming, so I had to get the shot back over. Not too sure what's up with that. Maybe there's a firmware update coming out soon that would really fix that, but I did want to point that out. The third con I wanted to mention was the mounting process. If you're putting these above your setup like I did or somewhere in your room, you are gonna have a cable coming down, which is definitely gonna be an eyesore. Thankfully it is white, so you can't really notice it on my setup, but I'm just someone who is extremely cautious about cable management. I hate cables anywhere, so that was kind of annoying. And then we also had, like I said, we have these very tiny nano chips which are gonna connect all the light panels together. They're so small, they're so thin, and once you have the entire unit built up in whatever design, it does have some weight and it's kind of flimsy because you have all these panels connected to this one giant thing, and this is the only thing keeping them together. So it was kind of annoying to have it all together and mount it on my wall. I used a lot of the 3M sticky tape and a lot of tape on the back just to go over the surface so it doesn't fall off or whatever when I was mounting. I'm still kind of nervous it's gonna fall off my wall as it is, but I think they could have thought of possibly a different or thicker or better way to connect them than just this, because I'm kind of nervous about them falling. So in the end, you guys out there, the consumers, are gonna have to decide if $200 is worth it just to add some extra color and pop to your setup. I feel like 98% of you out there are gonna say hell no. There's also that 2%, myself included, and people in the tech community who do wanna add some extra pop to their setups or their room just to make it look a little bit cooler, and these are definitely gonna achieve that. But I just think it is a ridiculous price point, and I'm still up in the air whether I'm gonna keep these or return them. And I guess you'll find out in the next month or so if you still see these above my setup or not. I just wanted to get this video out there. Had a lot of people asking me about these, whether they're worth it, whether I recommend them or not, and just in general what they're all about, because I've just seen them all over now, and I just wanted to get a video out there for you guys who are interested in them. Hope you all liked my review of the Nanoleaf Aurora light panels. I'll put the link to these in the description down below so you can check them out. Feel free to follow me on Twitter at randomfrankp. Last, if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. Well, I'm randomfrankp. Hope you enjoyed. Have a good day.